I love tequila. Yeah. You want to drink some tequila?
No, but we will be doing a Cinco de Mayo show at some point here this year, so
yes.
We'll screw that up, I'm sure, too. A couple of gringos drinking tequila. Speaking of, it's only two of us today. Welcome in, everybody. Findlay Whiskey.
Yep. Jay is on assignment.
Yep. We sent him south for the winter, and he's hopefully returning soon.
He's bringing back some nice weather this next week.
Gosh, we can only hope.
We have something.
This is special.
A little bit special. I have a Colonel M.D. Asher,
the original
E.H. Taylor Poor Man's 4-grain.
Mm-hmm.
It's what started it all for me. And it was a mixture of 60% Weller Special Reserve, 35% Old Granddad 114, and 5% Eagle Rare.
Classic.
Just, I think, probably more so to get the extra age in there, the 10-year age, just maybe get a little bit more oak influence on it. It's not much, but when I did that, it was only one bottle worth, and I just mixed them and bottled
no aging. You just did a...
So I have been doing a lot of these different barrel experiments where I am combining aging shit in my little 5-liter barrel.
That's the science, though. That's how.
And I am redoing the old Colonel M.D. Asher 4-grain.
I'm excited for this one. You
but
sent me a
it
picture.
It's going to be a 2-week. It's going to be a mass production. I say mass production. It's going to be like seven
barrels.
Yeah,
seven bottles.
7 bottles. But it's going to be 2 weeks and in the barrel versus just mixing and throwing it in a bottle. So I can't wait to see the difference. I have the original back there that we will all
have to do like a
side by side.
Yeah.
What's the difference between just mixing them, throwing it in a bottle versus doing like a two-week double barrel, double oaked thing. So
I like it.
This though, the Poor Man's Birthday Bourbon is something that I just came up with. I saw some stuff online that talked about doing a mixture of 1920 and 1910. 1920 is the 115 proof, I think, and the 1910 is the 93 proof double oaked, basically. And it was a specific ratio between the two of them, and it was that you were supposed to mix it like 60% or 65% 1910 and then 35% 1920, and that was going to give you your Poor Man's Birthday.
Okay.
I wanted more complexity, so enter in literally everything Old Forester
just
went into the
whole damn collection.
Yep.
I like
everything Whiskey Row went in it. And I say everything, I even mean I put a little bit of the 1924, which is a $120 bottle.
Oh, I know.
But
I didn't give that one to him. He already had that one.
So it is not the whole Whiskey Row. I did leave off a couple of them. But 1897 bottled bonds in there.
It's a good
1910, 1920, the signature 100 proof. I do have a bottle of the Blue Label single barrel store pick. I don't even remember which store I used. Doesn't really matter. I just wanted the proof of 130 some proof. The ultimate goal was to get it to the 2024 Birthday Bourbon release proof, which was, I think it was about 107 proof.
Okay.
I did 2 batches because the first batch was so freaking good. It came out right at 100 proof. You got a bottle of that.
Very nice, yes.
And I ran the second batch. Now here's where the old science came into it.
Oh boy.
Because the people who drive proof up in these little experimental barrels that they get, you're either doing it wrong or you're not proofing it at the right temperature.
You're just not pouring Everclear in it?
Well, I think what they're doing is they're taking the proof at like 75, 80 degrees. I've seen people actually do it outside, and then they take the proof of it, and it's 85 degrees, 90 degrees outside.
Yep.
And if it proofs at 100 proof at 90 degrees, it's actually more like 85 proof. So these people that are claiming that they drive the proof up, I don't think it happens because these little barrels, the alcohol is actually evaporating quicker.
That makes
and
sense.
Leaving the water left in the barrel, which drives your proof down. So I thought, how do we keep as much shit into the barrel as possible? We saran wrap it and taste the shit out of it. The only
You mummified your little 5-liter barrel.
I did. The only thing that is exposed are the heads.
Okay.
So there is some breathability, but the vast majority of the barrel is covered in cling wrap.
It's like wearing those sweatsuits when you were a high school wrestler running around, just the rubber suit.
Yep. Yes. And it worked.
Hey,
because
the proof is higher on batch 2,
batch
right?
1 was 100 proof. Batch 2, 105.
Science.
Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but the flavor difference is noticeable.
And 5% on a 5-liter barrel is a pretty big change from one to the next. So.
Yeah. So
I dig it.
That was the I'm on TikTok, Thin Blue Whiskey.
Yeah.
I did talk
We'll
about
do some cutaways
the
and
actual the recipe, but basically it was a couple of bottles of this, a bottle of that, a bottle of this, to where I had 7 bottles in the barrel, and this is what came of it. You've had a sample. This is actually batch 1.5.
Oh, okay.
Because I
had
a little bit left of my batch 1, and then I had a bunch left over that I didn't know what I was going to do, but not a full bottle, so I just combined it and made an extra full bottle. So
it just makes it, the presentation's good, the drinkability's there.
And I had to get 13th Colony bottles.
Those are super cool.
Oh, yeah. It's as close as I could come to getting the actual birthday bourbon bottle.
Turns out Old Forester will not sell you this bottle design.
Old Forester and 13th Colony won't either. I had to get on eBay and found a guy selling 6 bottles of it just so I could have a legitimate birthday bourbon looking bottle.
Well, this is the gemstone of my collection now.
Now, I will say I have not had the actual birthday bourbon, believe it or not. But
this is a reasonable facsimile as we know it. Like, it's based on what we think we know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's damn good. The smell is just so complex.
So I wrote these tasting notes, and I sit down, a lot of times what I do at night when it's just the wife and I, is I totally nerd out. Like when we're down here on camera, I don't try to get too deep into it, mainly because I don't want to sit here for...
We ramble on anyway. We're losing the TikTok community minutes ago, but that's fine.
But what I do when I sit down and actually do tasting notes, when it's just me and my thoughts, I kind of nerd out.
I'm okay with it. I do other stuff in my free time, but you do you.
So I wrote buttered popcorn with caramel drizzle, toasted vanilla, subtle banana bread pudding, and subtle oak spice on the nose. The palate brings oak and baking spice to the forefront, heavily toasted vanilla and sugar, dusty corn sweetness with a hint of leather and underlying herbal tones.
I think
those are my tasting notes.
That is quite accurate. We just reviewed something else that was a great whiskey, but it wasn't nearly as complex. There wasn't nearly as many flavors trying to fight for your nose and palate.
And see, when I think about what my drinking experience with an actual birthday bourbon would be, it should be complex.
Yeah, because
it's their top of the line bottle, or one of the top of the line Old Forester bottles. It should be. They demand a premium price. It should be the most complex. It's the most aged. It should be very, very good and offer you a bunch of different flavors. That's why I combine so many other whiskeys in this to try and incorporate multiple different flavor profiles just to try and get that complexity.
I just want this like in an air freshener in my house.
It smells really good. I'm looking over there at my table, and I have 4 bottles over there. I don't know what I'm going to do with them.
It's for sale, not on sale, but if you want some, click the link in the bio. Check out our stuff.
You must mean glassware.
That's right. We don't sell alcohol. We'll sell you an empty bottle. Might show up with some humidity in it. No, Mike, you've done yourself proud. I got to benefit from kind of seeing the science going into all this, and you were so excited to get this project off the ground and all the ingredients. But
this has been the only one that I've redone, and I redid it immediately. Like the first batch came out, it was so freaking good. I immediately just went and bought all the same ingredients, and I did everything the exact same to the tune. The only difference was the wrapping of the barrel.
And you got 5 proof points out of it. I mean, That's not nothing.
I don't know what else I can say about the tasting notes. This is the
so
first
good.
pour I've had of this in a couple of weeks, probably.
I haven't cracked my bottle yet, so I don't know. I just had the sample over here, but if you're an Old Forester fan, and he rattled off all the ingredients, and I'm sure we'll have like a full breakdown, but if you like Old Forester stuff like I do, this is just probably one of the best mashups, because you don't get, it's not overwhelming with one or the other. You know, I'll go clear down to 86. That was one of my favorite, every days.
I almost put that in because, but I didn't want the lowest proof. That's why I went with
drug it down a little bit.
Signature 100. It didn't spill.
Good job.
I didn't.
Check out. You can get some of these too. They don't spill when you knock them over.
As it turns out, they don't.
Like those Weeble Wobble Glencairns. You know, we're pioneering some new stuff here today.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, I appreciate the compliments. I'm glad you like it ultimately because you have a bottle, and I
would buy more of them.
Suck.
That's, you know, your creativity. You know, I'm not just blowing sunshine, but man, the labeling, your own tasting notes, the care and the science you put into it. Man,
I have a really good label guy.
You've done yourself proud.
Like, I've got the whole front label. I've got the back label with the tasting notes. I even got the same Old Forester Birthday Bourbon top. It
is legit,
yeah,
dude.
I try.
Don't come after us, IRS. We're not selling this stuff to make money.
I think it's
this is personal consumption.
I think it's the ATF, right? Alcohol, tobacco,
probably.
Hell, we just got done with the old Doc Holiday. We have alcohol
and guns.
Guns. Fire.
We're gonna go get some tobacco.
And we're going to get some tobacco. We're screwed.
Well, if this is the last time you see us on this channel, it's been fun. Hashtag Thin Blue Whiskey. We're off the air forever.
And with that, I think so. I think it's time for a cigar.
I think so.
All right, we'll see you guys next time right here at Thin Blue Whiskey.